Welcome. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Painting Happy Little Minis Hobby Hangout. Woohoo!
Woo!
For our awesome musical intro, which, you know, it's kind of epic, and I just love it. It takes me to a new land, a new journey. It's awesome.
I've got to say, like last week, I felt that I was on a camel riding across the desert.
Yes.
And then when it started, I was like, oh, hang on a second. You should move when you're at home. You run over and find.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Wait, that's awesome. Wait, here we go.
It's probably bigger when it's all three of us. But, yes,
that's incredible.
It's a member of the Napoleonic French Camel Corps.
There we go. And that's definitely like the theme for our
riding a camel
intro.
would be really fun. I'd want to try that. Like I ride horses, but I've never ridden a camel. I don't think. Yeah. I think I would try it. I don't know if it's the same at all. Seems like the center of like gravity. Yeah,
I think.
Good stuff. Good stuff. So hello to everyone who is watching. We're Painting Happy Little Minis doing Hobby Hangout, which means we paint from home with our minis and our paints. And
open.
Yeah. If we can open the paint.
I can do it. I believe in me. Oh, there it goes.
And so
we'll believe.
My name is Leona. We have Dave Taylor. Oops. And Gretchen.
I'm definitely Dave. I have no idea what you're talking about. I look like a Dave Taylor.
Dave Taylor and Gretchen Settle, hosts of Painting Happy Little Minis, joining me today. And we're having a jolly time. It's lovely.
It's been a good evening. Good start to the evening.
It's going to be dandy. Also, shout out to Ben and Lucafio for jumping in the chat before we even started going live. Thanks for joining us. Oh, it's late in the UK, apparently. Gotcha. Okay. Hello to Sean Anderson. Hello to Jason. And apparently camels are not the same, but yes, do try.
I would.
Yep, definitely do.
Bring my all.
I've seen camels before. Never wanted to ride. So for those of you who are watching, let us know that you're watching in the chat. We'll say hi to you. Give us a shout out. What are you guys painting this evening? Let's start with Dave.
I am going to be working on a small part, like this part of the miasmic malignifier.
Ooh.
You can tell because it's kind of crazy. That's a game, like a Warhammer term.
Yeah.
That's this absolute craziness here. It's
Whoa.
Like a big furnace that spews malignant filth across the land.
Ugh.
So you get that, and you get this little side piece. So I'm painting this up for from a friend, Brian, who said, I don't really want it to look exactly like the Games Workshop one, a little bit different. So it's going to match it to his color scheme a little bit. I've been painting those guys. So
the brown, I mean the the green and
and the green. Yeah. So yeah, we'll be having fun messing around with that.
Is it going to mostly be green?
No, it'll mostly be sort of. Oh, sorry, just turn on the light. There we go. It's going to mostly be kind of like rusty steel,
Okay.
tarnished brass, and then you see like a lot of those flatter areas there.
Yeah.
In between in the Games Workshop version, they're all very much like a rusty bone kind of color. So this one I'm not going to put as much paint on as like it's going to be like there's more paint is chipped off, is flaked off kind of thing.
Gotcha.
So yeah, I'll be doing a lot of stippling in the areas with the paint to give it that texture and kind of thing.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Very nice. And how about you, Gretchen?
So I am going to hopefully finish up with my Frost Giant. I have gotten pretty much everything on him with a base coat of paint. And I started up last time. I got to start doing the greater details on his battle axe here. After the show ended, I finished up putting a coat of contrast paints on these skulls. And basically all I'm going to do this show is start picking out those, finer details and painting them up and up and up. And hopefully everything will turn out as brilliantly as this bit here, because I really like how that turned out.
Yeah,
everything needs to be this level.
Everything?
Yes.
Okay.
No, maybe. So I'm really happy with how that turned out. I'm hoping to continue that kind of energy to the rest of the mini. And I mentioned on my Instagram and on my Twitter, maybe even doing a giveaway once he's done, if people kind of feel it. They've been watching the journey. They've been commenting they want one of these minis. I don't know. We'll judge the interest level. So
if you are interested in a giveaway of Gretchen's mini, let us know in the chat. Also, I shared a picture on the screen of what Gretchen painted last week, just to kind of show you the detail on the axe and how the contrast paints really came together.
Look that up. Lucafia says, what are your plans for the gargantuan base? My plans for the base are to make it snowy.
Yes, and I do have that, like not working, but
yeah.
I unpacked my stuff at the new space, so I have that sitting on my desk.
I think the base is pretty simple, isn't it?
Yes, it's I think there's just like some ground. It essentially looks like rocks.
Yeah, so it's going to be rocky with probably some snow drifts and stuff to play off the theme of everything and the fact that I'm going to be using glitter on this guy. You should know that if you plan for the giveaway that I'm doing. The whole thing has been experimental techniques.
Yeah.
And some of the experiments, as you see, have turned out really nice. But, the day's still young.
The night is still young. Good stuff.
Glitter's still out there.
Yeah. That's awesome. For those of you who may just be joining, we are all painting at home with our minis and our mini paints, and we would love to know what you guys are painting. If you're painting along with us, be sure to let us know if you have any works in progress or things like that. Also, if you like mini painting and you like this show, be sure to check out our Facebook page, or our Facebook group, I should say. That's where people come together, enjoy the hobby, share what they're working on, and ask any questions. Also, while we're live, if you guys have any mini painting questions, be sure to ask us in the comments. We would be happy to try and uncover the secrets behind mini painting.
Those dark secrets.
The dark secrets.
The darkest of secrets.
That's how I started mini painting, because I had zero experience, and then I traded my soul to Game Trade Media and just opened the brain, poured the secrets in, set me loose.
Oh.
Artwork.
You painted your first mini and then you put it next to the ritual. In the ritual.
Excellent.
The interview experience was awesome because I didn't know what I was interviewing for. At all.
Jason asked, can we get a Cottondale snowman on the base too?
That would be really funny.
Cotton ball snowman. Excuse me. That's what he was saying. Cotton ball. There we go. And you can put glitter on that too.
I'm going to paint a beautiful mini, and then I'm just going to hold him by the ankle, like in Greek mythology, and dip him into glitter.
Gotcha.
Just like that.
Glitter will always be my Achilles heel.
That's awesome.
Ben says, what's the best starter set to begin painting with? Warhammer? I think whatever you're interested in. Because if you're painting something you don't like, you're not going to have fun with it and you're not going to be invested in it. Even if even if it's something simple, if it's not something that caters to your interest, then I don't feel like it's going to be as engaging.
I know Army Painter has like an adventures starter set that has some nice base colors, but as you said, like it comes with an adventurer mini. So
I think the what I usually say to that question is go for what's readily available. Go for if you're talking about a brand of paints or a starter set of paints,
right?
Go for whatever's readily available at your local gaming store, because that way you can get into using that line of paints that you can always get, and you'll be more comfortable. Later on, you can then expand into ones that might be a little bit more difficult to get, or that
actually is a good point. Going to your local game store and seeing what they have and what they stock, because then you'll be able to restock any of the colors once you're kind of finished with them, especially if you're painting Warhammer or an army, because you'll want to make sure that that's available to you. Although there are many different paint companies out there, it is nice to be able to go to your local game store.
I gotta say, I am super lucky. My local game store, games and stuff.
Yeah.
They carry 5 or 6 different lines of paint.
I was gonna say they carry quite a few. And then isn't there a mini painting supply pretty close?
All those, competition minis.
Competition minis. Okay, that's what I was thinking. Yeah.
I think too, like if you're accustomed to using other kinds of paints, like I think I really, really enjoyed the contrast paints because I had a background in watercolor. So
that's a good point.
I felt more comfortable with that more inky texture. And I think that, if it was swapped, if there was someone who had used maybe acrylics in high school or something and then tried for the contrast paints, it might have been too much or too little in either direction.
Right. Yeah.
Paints are kind of like, I've noticed paints are kind of like touching all the different sketchbook papers and figuring out what texture you like best. Because when we use, Vallejo versus Army Painter versus that kind of stuff, there's definitely a difference in texture of the paints. And it's not like one is worse or better than the other, but I noticed there are definitely preferences that I have in how they respond on the mini and what kind of paint I'd like to use for dry brushing versus what kind of paint I like to use for different techniques.
Yeah.
That's a really good point.
So I'm not sure if we've just confused you, Ben, but fingers crossed.
Do everything. No, go find what's available and see what you enjoy.
One of the things that you can do as well is rather than investing in a whole line or 20 or 30 paints from a line, pick up 5 paints. Pick up a red, a blue, a yellow, a black, and a white, and experiment from there.
I'm triggered.
Triggered?
I'm just joking.
Sorry.
5-color challenge. No, I'm just joking. Also, Vallejo has some nice Infinity sets.
All right. Yep.
That just come with all the paints that you need for that mini. So if that's more your jam, those are definitely also a really nice way to start. Because you buy like 2 or 3 of those, and then you have like a wider selection of colors that you can use. Good stuff. Some people had told us what we were painting, and I totally missed it. Jason said, I'm finishing up a Griffin from WizKids, but I had to take a mini break as I had to craft an Elder Brain out of some XPS. And a brain-shaped stress ball squeeze toy. Nice.
Excellent. XPS is extruded polystyrene. So it's like insulation foam.
Oh, okay.
Just quickly before I race too far ahead, I thought I'd show what I'm doing. So with this, I started by painting, by dry brushing most of the metallic areas with Tinny Tin from Vallejo. So it's that dark bronze color there. Then some patchy areas of gunmetal from the Army Painter.
Oh, nice.
Mainly onto some of the sort of the rounded areas in between the trim. And then now I've been going over it with thinned red leather to give it just sort of forming a basis for the sort of rusty metal kind of look. So I'll build that up sort of around the bottom areas where that rust would accumulate or would sort of occur first.
And B.
Moisture sort of sort of leaks downwards.
In case people are wondering, I'm going to be painting this Mr. Grim Reaper. So I'm just laying down a black color right now. And I found some art online where the inner lining of the cloak is red. So I think that's what I'm going to use to be my color pop on this guy.
All right.
And because I basically decided to not work on Mr. Arkin the Terrible.
Sometimes you need a break.
Yeah, I needed a break from him. And I'm not going to lie, actually, before the show, I was painting him, so he already has some paint on him. I was working ahead.
Cool.
Which is good stuff.
Where's the Grim Reaper from?
The Grim Reaper is from WizKids.
Cool.
So I'm pretty sure you and Gretchen painted this one, or at least one of you did.
Okay.
I think at one time.
If we didn't paint him exactly, we might have painted something that came in the same like group.
Line. Yeah, I think you're right. I think maybe that's what it was.
Cool.
Good stuff.
So what is it everybody in the chat painting? What we got?
We know Jason's painting a griffin, but what's everybody else painting? And if you're not painting, what are you currently working on any projects?
Yeah, what's your hobby? Other than watching us do our hobbies.
We would love to know. Oh, wait, someone else said, sorry, I missed. I'm pretty sure it's JT. I'm adding the edge highlights to Castilian robots.
Yep.
Nice.
That would be JT. Sure.
Very cool.
Excellent.
Yes, I have your robots in our lineup for tonight when we look at the minis. JT, that's who I was talking to. Not you, Dave.
I don't remember the robot.
These are not the robots you're looking for.
I heard, okay, so with anyone else, I was in a filing room and I had just left the filing room and a gentleman walked in and just underneath of his breath, thinking no one else, because I'm behind all the files and books,
right.
thinking he was all alone, was like looking for something. And at first I was paying no mind, but then I heard him under his breath goes, "These are not the files I am looking for. These are not the files you're looking for." I just and I really wanted, like, I so badly just wanted to like whisper something back over the like through the binder.
You're my only hope, Obi-Wan.
I don't know. I wasn't quick-witted enough to come up with something punny. I some key wasn't there, like Mufasa speaking to
yes.
so that I could be the pun master. But oh, did I want to?
Nice.
You wished you were the pun master. But that actually is great because you're just like, oh, that's really perfect.
I'm always very pleased when I see like nerds in public doing like little nerdy things that they don't think anyone else sees. They're like, I think I'm a secret nerd. And I'm like, oh, I see you. Not so secret now. I don't know what that says about me.
Also, hey, Lava Painter, thanks for joining us. It's been a little while. They are prepping to paint more Monster Apocalypse stuff soon. Cool. Excited to see it.
Yep.
Luca Fio. Oh, sorry. What were you going to say?
I was going to say a couple of my friends have been doing some painting for Private Beer Press. So Eric Swinson and Clay Williams have been painting up some fantastic Monster Apocalypse stuff.
Oh, awesome.
I've been showing it off on their social medias. And yeah, definitely cool. We're excited. Sometime in the next month or so. No pressure, Leona.
Oh, yes. We will be painting it. Yes. Sorry. I didn't realize what you were in.
That's where I was going with that.
Yeah, so I was a little bit slow on that uptake. But yes, hopefully we will be able to paint Monster Apocalypse. The goal is that when we get back in the new studio, we'll be able to showcase some of those minis.
That'd be cool.
On our mini painting table, which would be very nice.
Indeed.
Are they going to break out the big bucks for us?
Hopefully. Lava Painter said, yes, I went on hiatus for painting. Also love Eric. Great work he's done. Cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Very cool indeed.
James said, I'm working on Iron Maiden, the Black Booty sister ship. Very cool.
Hey, James.
Yes. Hello, James. Thanks for joining. I think I missed your hi all earlier. Sorry about that. And Luca Fio says, no painting for a long while, taking a break packing while I think what to make for dinner. Ah, yes. Good stuff. Yes, I think Josh Potter was moving too. Well, a while back. And so there is that whole process of you pack away your stuff, you can't really use it.
Yeah.
And that's fair. Did that studio project, Dave, that you were part of, the mini painting travel case? Yes. Did that end up getting off the ground?
Yeah, it's at the moment the prototype. When I said a prototype, I mean the first draft.
Okay.
It's been sitting in New York in customs.
Oh
no!
From China to New York, and it's stuck in customs at the moment. So
that's
kind of the one where John gets to go, yep. kind of thing. But he's seen photos of it, and it all looks good, but he needs to get a hold of it and
Definitely.
put it all together and that kind of thing. But yeah, that's kind of where that's at the moment. Just waiting for it to escape customs and that sort of thing, so that he can sign off on it. But yeah, definitely excited for when that starts to ship later this year.
Because I was thinking about how if you were moving, that mini painting travel kit would be very convenient.
Right.
Because then you could like put some of your mini painting stuff in there.
Yep.
And not have to.
Yeah, you could pick a small project and put it all in there, and yeah, definitely would be good for that. It's kind of weird. I up until I finished college, I only lived in two houses.
Okay.
One to when I finished college.
Yeah.
And between then and 2004, when I bought this house, I lived in that would have been like 10 years. So over the space of 10 years, I probably lived in like 18 different places.
Wow.
Yeah, I've moved around quite a bit.
Yeah. And then, yeah, bought this house here like 17 years ago, and I haven't had to move since.
Nice.
You said you're going to move, Dave. I'm like, no way, burn it all down.
You're like, I'm not packing this.
Yeah. I'm not packing.
AKA, I'm never moving.
Exactly. Never moving.
That is fair.
So that's, yeah, I think it's something that fills me with terror. The idea of that.
Yeah, Lucafio says, I was looking at assorted tool and fishing tackle boxes so I could create a portable kit.
Yeah.
Nice.
Definitely the way to go.
Oh no, yeah, Jason said, customs at JFK. Great opportunity for an extra long case. Unfortunately, that's just how it is. Like,
yeah.
Off of that, I know a lot of board game publishers are in a similar place where their games were in the country, but they're just stuck at different ports because that's how it is right now. And you know what? That's okay. We can.
Yeah, it's been crazy times. Crazy times.
Yes.
But,
very crazy.
Yeah.
Very crazy.
There we go. That's how it's coming along at the moment.
Oh wow.
That's very nice.
So I've stippled on some beige brown from Vallejo.
Okay.
And now I've just stippled on some Carrack stone from Games Workshop, which is that lighter bone color.
Oh, okay.
And now, so that's the Carrack stone. You can see the color of it there. That was over the beige brown.
Nice. They're very similar.
Yeah, yep. There's just enough difference. I think there's just enough light gray in the Carrack stone, which is good. But now I'm going to move to ivory, which is
Okay.
the main color of their armor plates. So leave that there you go.
And how about you, Gretchen? What's going on?
So I am painting. He has a lot of rope. Not that you can tell I'm painting it a dark red in this light, but let's see if I can kind of, yeah, you can just kind of see it in the light up here, but there is a lot of rope along here and on his arms and on his legs. So I am just painting that a very dark maroon to match his cloak. Again, I'm keeping all of like my color selection in the same, very small, because I don't want to overwhelm the mini with too much, considering how many details I'm going to be picking out.
Mm-hmm.
But once I'm done with all that, I'll probably move on to finishing up the wooden portion of his axe so that his entire axe will be done, painted, ready to go. And then I will probably start up on the leather and the hides of his little kilt. because that's like majority done. I mean, I guess eventually I have to paint these 2 little skulls, but I'm procrastinating. I don't want to. This is the smallest paintbrush I have at home, and I should have grabbed better paintbrushes.
Right.
And it's been getting less and less pointy as I paint this mini. It started off in really good shape, but it's starting. I think I was too rough with it at one point, painting the fur.
Oh no.
Ooh, whoopsie. So yeah.
Yeah. That's fair.
We're getting strategic. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. He's doing good.
One thing with the skulls
Mhm.
that you might be able to do is just paint them like a base color, like a white or a ivory or something like that, and then just put a wash over it.
I did that already, actually.
Oh.
Yeah. No, I'll take a picture. In the original picture, you can't tell, and in this lighting, it's like so you can kind of tell there.
All right. Okay. Yeah.
So, yeah, it has.
Oh, sorry. I can.
It has bone white, and then on top of the bone white is a brown, I don't know which contrast paint I used, but a brown contrast paint. And then I went back through with the ivory and picked out along the edge of that bone. And if I had my cell phone next to me, I would take a picture in actual lighting and send it. But you'll just have to be patient for the finished product and trust that I listened to your advice, Dave.
I trust.
We trust.
Yes.
What was the maroon color that you were putting on? Was that something you mixed or?
No, actually. So that's just black red from Vallejo.
Oh, okay.
Nice. So like I said, I'm trying to keep all of the colors that I use on this guy very limited, kind of almost a limited palette, until I go back in to give detail to everything, because he has so many fine details and knickknacks all over him that if I used a huge color palette and everything had its own color, I think it would look a little bit Where's Waldo, I Spy-esque. And it would just be very, very, very busy, and it would be hard for the eye to focus on any one detail.
Gotcha.
Which I don't want, especially with, like, I think the deer came out really, really nicely, and I like how his axe came out. And I want people's eyes to be focused on the things I think are pretty.
That's fair. That is fair. Cool. I'm excited. I'm excited how he's coming together. Also, real quick, I wanted to say hello to Gary. Thanks for joining.
Cool. Hey, Gary.
Good to see you. Are you painting anything, Gary? Tell us. We'd love to know.
Cool.
I have a question for both the chat and my two friends here. More for them. I have this guy. It's a little hard to see in the light, but I'll try and have the computer kind of catch it. He has lots of edges to his fabric.
Yep.
I'm trying to figure out how to highlight this black color. Should I highlight it with a gray or okay?
Yeah, I would go with a with
Should
a
I
gray.
dry brush it?
I would, yeah, I would start with a light dry brush of a warm gray, like that's like a dark warm gray. So if you take your black and mix a little bit of brown, if you got like a mid brown, and mix a little brown into your black.
Does this work as a mid brown?
I think so. Yep.
Okay.
And what's it called? Is that oak brown?
It's a Gale Force 9 color.
Oh, okay.
Minotaur hide.
Okay. Yep. Something like that. Just mix that in with some of the black and give it a light dry brush.
Okay.
That will show you where all those highlights are going to catch. And then what you could do is either.
Could I take like this color? Would that highlight well, or is that too yellow?
It's probably too yellow.
It's very yellow.
So yeah, there's not enough red in it, I think.
Okay.
That's me, but I'd then mix a little bit of white into the mix that you've got.
Okay.
And then do a very light dry brush over it.
With
and
this.
Then Yeah. Do you have a larger brush?
Yes, I can get a larger brush.
Like a bit more like that.
More like that? Okay.
Yep. So you can see that's like. Yep. That one would work.
Okay.
And
Cool.
yeah, just what you're trying to do there is just find where those areas are.
Okay.
And when you're dry brushing as well, one temptation I know that a lot of people have is to brush back and forth, kind of thing.
That's
So
me.
just move rather than just going back and forth in one direction. Try and move the model and move your hand around a lot, so that you're not going to get what you have a tendency to get if you go back and forth in one direction is streaks.
Okay.
Obviously, when you're dry brushing, you want to go across the grain. So if you've got
Okay. Yep.
folds of cloth, you want to go across those, but you want to avoid that streaking that can happen if you don't take all the paint off your brush and that kind of thing.
Gotcha.
So.
Will do. I just realized I put way too much black, and so then it was just a black color. It was not medium in any way,
Yeah.
which is a little disappointing. Also, hello, Martin. Thanks for joining.
Cool. Hey, Martin.
How's it going? Are you painting anything? Dave was just explaining to me how to highlight my fabric on my Grim Reaper.
One thing you can do as well with that is once you've got that second really light dry brush on there,
Okay.
yes, you can go back and because it's fabric, you can do like little lines, little hash marks that are perpendicular to the edge of that as highlights. You can make them smaller in the darker areas, those areas that you want to be darker. You can make them larger in the areas you want to be a bit brighter. But because they're small lines, it'll give that more of that fabric sort of textural feel.
Okay.
Rather than just doing like edge highlighting or layered highlighting, that sort of thing, where you typically follow the path of the highlight.
Right. I'm familiar with the edge highlighting.
Yeah.
All right, folks. Let's try this.
You can do it.
I can do it. I can do it. Also, for those of you who may not know, especially if you didn't join us last week or the week before, Dave has a Kickstarter going on. So, Dave, how's that been going?
It's going well. Yeah, we're very excited. We've just passed. Oh, I can't remember which stretch goal it is. It's like I think stretch goal number 9, stretch goal number 10.
Oh, wow.
Like that. So yeah, it's going really well. The Kickstarter is for the Art of series. It's a new series of books that I'm launching that features the miniatures art of really cool miniature painters from around the world. You just pop the chat, pop the
link in the chat.
In the chat. And of course, the chat that we get to see here, it comes up 3 times because it goes in all the different chats. But yeah, so it's a the first one has this Kickstarter has 3 books. The first volume is the Art of Miniature Monthly, who is Aaron Lovejoy, Elizabeth Beckley, and Matt DiPietro, who are all very cool miniature painters. They run a Patreon called Miniature Monthly. They do lots of teaching. They do cool tutorial videos, that kind of thing. They've all been studio painters for companies at different stages. I think Aaron is doing studio painting for Atomic Mass Games or Marvel Crisis Protocol.
Cool.
He also does studio painting for Flying Frog Productions, who do Shadows of Brimstone. Elizabeth's done studio painting for Simon and for Kingdom Death.
Oh, nice.
And Matt used to be a studio painter for Privateer Press. So
oh, nice.
Definitely cool stuff. So excited to put that book together. Second book is Christoph Kyle, who is the guy I met online probably like 5 or 6 years ago when he started doing awesome conversion work. Great kit bashes, all sorts of super cool stuff. He does very refined things, very beautiful poses, all that sort of stuff. And he has a really interesting approach to painting as well, and the way that he sort of sometimes mimics 2D fantasy artists and putting their style onto miniatures, which is really cool. And the third one is Anna Polanchuk, who does some fantastic world building miniature stuff. She creates corners of little worlds that she then explores with gaming events and miniature conversions and sculpting and all sorts of stuff. So yeah, those are the first 3 books. They're all funded. Which stretch goal is for Dave to paint a mini for us? There is no stretch goal for that.
If you fund everything.
Everything. No, sadly there is none. There's a danger there that if you do something, it's like, okay, everybody who played this level gets a pre-painted miniature. It's like, I'll be painting miniatures for everybody until the end of my days.
Yes.
But yeah, we're no, it's going well. We're closing in on 900 backers.
Nice.
We've got a week to go, a week tomorrow. So yeah, definitely going well. They're all upgraded to hardback books.
With the silver foil
on the covers, which I'm really super stoked about. We've got ribbon bookmarks for everybody. Got a whole bunch of cool add-ons in there, art cards, poster, gaming tokens designed by Anna, which are really neat. And I think by the end of it, each artist will have done a free PDF tutorial as well. So everybody who backs gets all 5 of the tutorials. So
wow.
And so yeah, the next stretch goal we've got is Elizabeth's tutorial, and that's an object source lighting tutorial, which will be pretty cool. And the cool thing is she's going to show us on a miniature from Shovel Knights, which is a board game that her and her husband own Panda Cult Games.
No way.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh my gosh.
They did Wanda.
It's this
Bay.
It's this mini, by the way, in case people are wondering.
The Plague Knight from Shovel Knights, which is really cool.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely neat.
Wow. Small. I mean, to be fair, it is a small world, but small world.
It is a crazy small world. But yeah, so that's the next stretch goal. And the one after that is a slipcase cover add-on. So, which would be pretty sweet.
I saw someone say that was their question. They were like, "Why can't we have a slipcase?" And you were like, "Don't worry, it's one of our stretch goals."
And soon. But actually, somebody asked me the other day. They said, "I'm a sucker for a slipcase. Why is that?" And I said, "Well, I kind of feel like it's almost like each time you take the book out of the slipcase, it's like opening a present."
That's true.
You're like, oh, cool! I get to look at this all over. It's all brand like shiny and new again. And
yeah, that is true.
Oh, cool! So it's like a garage for your books. Kind of thing. Your books in there. Fun stuff. But no, things are going well. We're definitely excited. So if folks are in the chat and they've jumped on already, please share with your friends. If not, check out the links and make your decision, and also share with your friends.
Yes, definitely.
Sharing is caring. So
I should share with my friends.
You should.
I haven't yet, so I will do that after our stream.
Good. Thank you. But I just noticed as well, Gary said he's getting into Gaslands Refueled right now, which is super cool. Big fan. Give me a minute. I'll go and find some Gaslands cards that I've done.
Yeah, sure.
Let's see if I can find them.
Yeah, we painted Gaslands a little while ago when the Refueled book came out.
I think so. It was really fun. I enjoyed the
Yeah, it was a really good time.
I found it.
Woohoo!
There's something just very, very fun about painting, like repainting Hot Wheels.
Yep. Definitely. And you painted this one, didn't you?
I did. I painted that one because I added little bumper stickers and stuff, I believe, on the back.
Yep.
Yeah, that's my little family.
Oh my gosh, that's
Dinosaur.
so funny.
Yep. It's really cool.
That's my favorite thing to do with minis is add like little tiny details like that. I always get a tickle out of it. Like I think all of my favorite minis have some kind of detail like that. Like my favorite Stormtrooper is the one where I added the banana.
I love that one.
Because everything else is serious about it and painted very nicely. And then only if you really look at it, you're like, there's Isa tripping over a banana. Your voice does that too. It's part of the experience. Or like, the family getting eaten by T-Rex stickers. Like I don't know. I enjoy doing that with my minis.
Definitely helps like make a story on the mini.
I found
About... Oh, nice.
So that's the Bigfoot truck from Mad Max Fury Road. Or my homage to it.
Right.
Not gonna lie, I just almost dipped my paintbrush into my coffee cup. But did I? No.
Good.
Good job. Yeah. And that's a buzzard car.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Gary, are you looking? We are doing this for you.
It's like a hedgehog.
Yep.
I love that. I love the texture of all those. Are those toothpicks?
They are no, they're little slivers of plasticard. So I got like plastic strip, like kind of like this, and like cut them into lengths like that, and then cut across them.
Oh, gotcha.
Pointy triangles. So I got that. Oh, here's another.
Yay! I like that one.
So that's the Nux car again from Fury Road. But yeah, a lot of fun. Definitely cool. Oh, and this one. Do you know what the name of this car is? This is another one from Fury Road, but
What is the name of that car?
all the cars had names. They all had names. This one was called Elvis.
Oh my goodness.
Simply called Elvis. So, but it drives that. It has a machine gun on it, on top there, and of course it's the first one to die. So they never go to fire it.
No.
Yeah. So instead they have to hurl spears, exploding spears at everything. But yeah.
Gary said, I bought a dune buggy with a mini
Minibus?
minibus?
Perhaps a minibus?
Maybe. Cool. That'll be fun.
Yep. All good. It's definitely fun stuff to mess around with.
I'm trying to add some little marks onto his battle axe here to show that it's been in battle. Then I realized my cat was chewing on this yesterday. I could just give it to him. I could just how much more natural would that be?
Yeah.
How much more spontaneous.
The battle damage.
Yeah. Very cool way to do it. Nice. What sort of? So you're doing damage on the haft of the axe?
I am just a little bit. Not a horrific amount.
Sure.
I'm just doing a few little. That's blurry. You can see little blurs of lighter color.
Okay.
I'll have to take a picture to send a better whip of what I get through. But just a few little scrapes. So I have so this actually looks like it might have been just like a tree that was ripped up from the ground, and then this just attached to it from the shape and the size of and these look like the beginnings of roots. Okay. So I painted with a mix between a brown and a dark blue to create kind of like a almost cool black brown. Very similar to what you would mix to get like a more natural black color, I guess, if you were using acrylics. But I painted kind of more of the grain on the tree to give it a little bit more depth. And then I'm going back over where I want those scratches in the bark to be, I guess. I have a kind of, what is this? This is heavy skin tone. And I have that, and I'm making like little lines. And then if I want it to look deeper, like the little marks are deeper, I'm going over some of the little lines of heavy skin tone with fair skin. So if you kind of, the idea is if you see a very dark tree, cool toned kind of tree that has had marks on it from people hitting it with swords or knives or whatnot. Some of the older wounds are a kind of medium brown, and some of the fresher wounds that get into the nitty gritty of the tree are a very light tan. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of the vibe. But I don't want it to be an overwhelming amount of that. So I'm just kind of choosing some places to kind of do that.
Okay.
And then I might go over everything with a wash of a darker brown just to see if I can settle it into a lot of those grooves. But at the moment, I don't know, because I really like how the little scratches are coming about, and I don't want to ruin those.
Sure.
So
that's fair. That sounds cool.
I will take a picture. I also might do like a little like heart somewhere on this, like someone carved initials or something in a tree, but like hidden like back in the back or something. Because if it's a tree, like I like this tree, it'll make a good axe. Like I feel like that gives it kind of that aged longevity.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. That'll be
That's
cool.
awesome. I like that.
What initials should I have if I do that?
I know.
I feel like if you related it to another fictional character, that could be funny.
Yeah.
I don't know, because he's a frost giant.
Yeah. Sure. Come up with somebody. Yeah.
Capio was asking how long has painting Happy Little Minis been airing? Is it 4 years or more?
More.
Definitely more. I've been here for almost 3 years.
More.
Yep. I started beginning of November 2017, and I believe it started like January 1st or 2nd or something like that.
Gotcha.
Back in the earliest.
Yeah.
True. Which was done from Rick's
office
from his while he was having lunch.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, oh, James says it should be yours and your fiance's, Gretchen.
Oh, that's cute. Then I'll give it away to someone.
Yeah. You're like, maybe then I will keep it.
No, I'd still give it away.
Maybe you should wait until you find out who you're giving it away to.
Oh, true. And I'll be like, do you want to make this a romantic token of affection for your person? It'll be someone single who's like, no.
No. Nice.
How dare you fill my heart with whimsy? Wonder whatever happened to Pig Rick's Bob Ross wig.
Oh,
I have no idea. Lost.
I think he might have it with him.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I don't know if it showed up yet on the on his TikTok.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It might be somewhere in the old studio where there were lots of wigs and things.
Not sure.
It's lost to time.
Fortunately, I'm sure it's fairly easy to get another one.
Yeah. If we wanted someone to wear it, but
I'm in for like Rick to get one.
Oh, yeah.
We've discussed me and Whimsy before.
Yeah, I wouldn't make anyone wear that.
Yeah. So coming along. Oops. Yeah. And that's the kind of the pipe that attaches to it.
Oh, there you go. Nice.
Ooh.
Oh, that's coming along very nicely.
I'm just going to work out exactly what transition I want between the kind of the painted areas and the rough metal areas, kind of thing. Because normally I'd paint like the painted areas would be all painted, and then I'd do some chipping and that kind of thing. But this is a little bit more extreme, so I'm going to have a little bit of fun working that out. And I'm tempted that while I'm still thinking it through, I'm going to move on to another section of it. And then when I finally realize, it's like, oh, but by doing that, I'll go over the section I've just painted. I'm torn.
Like, no. Also, hello to Sumkey. Thanks for joining.
Oh, hey, Sumkey.
And he said, Dave's pipe dream.
Dave's pipe dream, indeed.
Ha 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 ha.
I think when this one was like this was released, we're like, oh man, that's the craziest bong ever.
It does kind of look like that.
Yeah.
That's funny.
One of the cool things as well is all on these spikes, there are little hooks, little chains, and then you hook bells onto it.
I love it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's kind of crazy. Little bells and little braziers and that kind of thing. But yeah, of course, doing the smaller piece first will allow me to work out exactly how I want to end up doing this bigger one.
Gotcha. Okay. That's smart.
Oh, and something I will show. So I think last week or the week before, I showed off a conversion that I'd done.
Okay, yeah.
For a defiler. I have.
Wow.
It's all painted now.
Oh my goodness, that's amazing.
Yeah. So I had a lot of fun painting that.
So it's a conversion of.
There's two main parts to it. One is there's a thing called a Forge Fiend.
Okay.
The kind of the head and this big sort of heavy torso up here.
The body.
And the body, the top part of the body, and then the bottom part and the legs are from the defiler.
Gotcha. Okay.
So, yeah, there's that conversion there. But
awesome.
When I did my miasmic malignifier, got it right.
Wow.
Malignifier, I didn't use a lot of the basic stuff from the kit.
Okay.
And I was able to use them on another defiler conversion
Whoa.
So you can see that that's the same bottom sort of underside there, but the top part of it is made out of bits of one of these.
There's a lot going on.
There is. It's kind of crazy.
I like it.
All right, we're going to try to put me back in the chat. You think the dog's going to bark?
Also, hello to Roger Moore. Thanks for joining. Sorry I'm late. There's a dog. Yes.
There's a dog.
There's a dog. There's a cat.
We love the dog. We love the cat. We don't love when the cat breaks things, but we love him anyway.
They try. Sometimes they try better than other times.
How's it going?
Oh, excuse me. I am yawning really badly tonight. I just yawned 3 or 4 times in a row just now. Yeah, I just feel like I'm not very good at dry brushing.
Okay.
So
it can take a lot of practice. For sure.
There's that. I think I got better, and the thing is that honestly, the paint is so thin, I probably could do both the medium brown and the light brown again.
Right. Okay.
And just get it better because
usually
it was very thin.
Yeah, with dry brushing, you need the paint to be fairly thick.
Yeah.
You need to not have much moisture in it at all. Hence the term dry brushing.
Dry brushing. Yeah, I was realizing that, and I was.
Yeah.
Now my eye is watering. Oh, it's just a good time over here.
My goodness.
Seem to be having a moment.
It's okay.
Yeah.
We're holding it together. Oh, guess what time it is?
Is it time to look at minis?
Ding, ding. Time to look at minis and not Leona's crying eye.
Okay.
Okay, so we have a mini painting group on Facebook. Where you can join and post pictures of your miniatures that you've recently painted. If you don't have a Facebook, you can also post to a link, and I will put that link in the chat momentarily. But first, we're going to look at minis from the group. Some people submitted these to the forums, and then also there was someone in the group, Kat, who had posted. She asked what are you working on? And so I grabbed some of those as well. So we have some works in progress as well.
Cool. Excellent. That was Kat Williams, wasn't it?
Yes.
Cool.
Okay, I actually really like how this heart came out.
Yay!
Hey, Chris has arrived, and Dave has arrived as well.
Oh, good evening. Good evening.
Oh, and Kirk is here. Greetings from
Good evening. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for joining. We're about to look at the minis from the group, and then we'll get back to painting.
Indeed. Push it out. Awesome.
So first, we have Aaron Berg with a Dragonborn Paladin, which has been 3D printed.
Okay.
Oh, yes, and I cannot...
I always love seeing 3D printed minis because I feel like it's just technological advancements. Where are we now? What are we doing? And I like it.
It is nice, yeah. I was just zooming in to see if I could see the ribs. You can. That's okay.
We're still working towards it. It's going to be a few more years. I'm guessing then that this was printed with the extrusion method, because typically when it's squeezing hot, liquid plastic out of nozzle, there's certain levels that you can't get. You can't get right down to a super fine kind of finish. Whereas with resin, the resin bath printers, where you shoot the lasers into them, you can get very fine layers.
Gotcha. Okay.
See that stepping as much or at all. So yeah, but the plastic extrusion ones are definitely more affordable right now. But yeah, coming along there, Aaron. I think the that sort of silvery choice for the head is pretty cool. It helps it stand out from, or like stand out from the red and the gold and the black.
Yeah.
Keeps the focus and the attention. Even though you've got that bright, shiny gold, it keeps the focus and attention on the face. Cool.
And it still looks lizardy. It looks like a skink, it still sticks to the whole dragon lizard vibe of everything.
Yep. You got those shiny scales going on. But yeah, cool thing.
Looking nice. Ashlyn with a work in progress. Yep. I thought this was a nice one.
Yep, this is from the Sisters of Battle range from Warhammer 40,000, the Games Workshop. I can't remember the name of the character, but it's basically like she's like a medic, which is why you've got that wounded Sister of Battle on the base in front of her, and she's sort of providing the Emperor's benediction. Maybe about to pass away, I guess, but.
Okay. I was going to say, I was like, is she healing her?
She'd like to be healing her, but at the same time, she might not have.
It's a multi-purpose mini.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is she healing? Is she in battle?
I think she's hoping that the Emperor will heal. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But yeah, so there's a face, there's a left arm to go on the standing mini there. But, yeah, coming along, looking really nice. I think
I like seeing the color blocking process of like, oh, okay, you like dab everything in the red because then it helps you later on when you want to figure out what part of the cloth it is.
Yeah, definitely. That's definitely good there.
Very nice.
Long Ashlyn, looking forward to it.
Brian Coggin with also another work in progress.
So this one's kind of crazy.
What is this little guy?
Look at him.
He's like the Hulk of gremlins. I like him.
All right, yeah, I think that Brian's done some sculpting on this. It's in the background. If you
yeah.
Have a look. No, not. I'm looking at the knife or the sculpting tool, but there's all those marble. I think they're probably from.
Oh, it's like a little chibi.
Chibi. Yep. Gretchen.
Is that from the Marvels United?
Yep. Gretchen, your cat is visiting us.
He is. He's on the other side of.
Oh, no, he was just over the camera.
Oh
no way! Really?
He's being bad. He's been trying to get into the box that has all of my paints in it.
Right. And just sit on.
That's funny.
He's very invested.
Sorry.
He can hear everyone, and he's trying very hard to be involved.
Yeah. Nice.
It's like I am part of the team.
Yeah. But getting back to this one, it's looking very cool. I think I am enjoying that green skin and the sort of the bright. There's sort of the saturated green that's sort of sitting in between the desaturated highlights and the desaturated shadows. It's looking quite cool. And you've got the red painted around the edge of the base. The other ones have got blue. I wonder if it's going to be a villain of some sort. I'm sure.
I think so.
Yep. Looking good, Brian. Coming along there. Yep.
Chris Gorka with a
Coadjutor Crozier
from Infinity.
I'm hoping that's how it's pronounced.
Yeah, I let you do it.
Yeah. This is looking very cool. I think it's I couldn't tell you which faction exactly it was from, but yeah, I think it's like the military orders.
Yeah. Is that the one with the H?
The H, possibly.
Anyway.
Somebody in the chat will tell us, hopefully. But yeah, this looking very cool. I love the you've gone with those neutral tones, in the suit and the belt harness and that kind of thing. Really helps that blue pop quite a lot. And I'm a big fan of the the stubble on the side of the head there. In the
yeah,
like the
I never know how to go about doing the shaved head stubble.
The best way that I've found is with your your mid-tone color, whatever your mid-flesh tone color is. Mix in some dark gray with that. So, and then just sort of paint that over. And then whatever your lighter tone is, mix a little bit of that in for the highlight. If you need any highlights on that little shaved area. It works the same for like 5 o'clock shadows and that kind of thing. But
gotcha.
But no, this is looking really good. Nice work, Chris. Excellent.
Jason with the polar bear from WizKids.
Excellent. Yep, it's looking really cool.
Very good. I like the remembering the details of like the black lips and like just the small things like that make it really stand out.
And the black nose. I'm pretty sure that my first polar bear that I just painted it with a white nose. And somebody called me out on it. I was like, oh, paying attention. But no, nice work, Jason. Looking good. Very cool.
Work in progress.
Oh my goodness.
What is that called? Tiamat?
Wow.
I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's the multi-headed, yeah.
Is this a resin cast or is this a print? I wonder. But
I believe it's the resin cast.
Imagine painting all of those spines, Gretchen.
Nope. That would be painted a singular color. That would be.
They wouldn't be crystals?
To be fair, though, one day I will probably go back and reattempt that because I don't think it turned out poorly. I did end up giving that dragon away, and it did look nice. Yeah. It didn't look like what I envisioned, but it didn't look bad. And I think one day I will go back and reattempt a gemstone crystal dragon.
Right.
With maybe a little bit more prep time.
Yeah, I think actually Jason has that dragon who is joining us in the chat.
Oh, cool.
I'm pretty sure. Josh Edwards with a work in progress.
Oh, so I'm just going to jump in. James says polar bear skin is black. So the skin itself is black. And the fur is, so each strand of fur is clear. Mm-hmm. But all together, it looks white.
What?
I know.
It's so it can capture the most amount of heat because the black skin absorbs, and then the clear traps it in.
Right.
Greenhouse style.
Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah. Definitely cool. Josh has been working on some plague bearers. Nurgle plague bearers. These guys are super disgusting. Am I wrong? Look at them.
No, I was going to be like, they're plague bearers. You're gonna have to bring them to your party. Perfect for a party.
Yeah, exactly.
Perfect dinner guests. Plague bearer.
You don't. So these are demons. These are like lesser demons of Nurgle. But, yeah, Josh is doing an awesome job here. I'm guessing by the base colors that he primed them that light green, so that pale olive green. There, and then it's been using a lot of washes over the top, browns and pinks and greens.
Gotcha. Yeah, they look awesome.
There's a lot of green, isn't it, Josh? They look, but they look super.
You're gonna need a bigger boat. Also, hello, Josh. Thanks for joining.
Yep, definitely cool stuff, and there's so many of them on the table there.
I know. Look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
30 or 40 there. Amazing. Nice work, Josh. Good work.
Woo! Talk about batch painting. But it's kind of nice to see them partway through.
Yeah.
JT! Hey! For the Castilian robots.
Yep. Castellan robots.
Castellan, excuse me.
Yeah, custom scheme. Yes, this it's a very cool black, and yeah, these guys have really got that serious sort of 50s sci-fi.
I see what you were saying. Yeah, you were talking about it last week.
Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot of curved surfaces, and that dome head is very.
This is basically what I envisioned.
Yeah, definitely super cool. But no, looking nice there. Good sort of straightforward scheme, and yeah, the green balances out against that reddish orange of the base.
I also like that the reddish, it's very much orangey, so it doesn't feel holiday themed.
Sure.
I just feel like sometimes accidentally you can be like, oh, cool, green and red, like they are contrasting.
Surprise, it's Christmas.
And then, yeah, it feels like Christmas.
I think the danger there is if you do a saturated green and a saturated red.
Gotcha. Yeah, true.
You've got to be super careful about that. And if you do a saturated red and a desaturated green, you can go to town. Yeah,
like your brain just...
Yeah, unless you then also put white with it. Then it's always going to come back to
stripes.
That association, that Christmas association.
Yeah.
Really, it's particularly an American thing.
Oh, okay.
I mean, we use the same colors for Christmas in Australia, but nobody ever goes, oh, it can look Christmassy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's an American thing.
I think you're right. It probably is.
Oh, JT says he's planning on an old green CRT screen effect for the faces. Yeah.
Ooh, I'm excited to see that.
Yeah. I have seen some cool sort of things like that. I've seen some done in like the Matrix falling
yeah, like code or whatever.
Well, yeah. I've also seen some that are like a lot of like dots and dashes and that kind of thing where they've made smiley faces.
Oh, I love that. Yeah.
Goofy, so I'm not sure if you're going to go down the goofy path or do the Matrix Cascade. But yeah, that's the international sign for Matrix Cascade, by the way.
Oh.
Yeah. But great work, JT. Looking good.
Looks good. Cat within a work in progress.
Woohoo! Black Widow?
Yes.
Excellent. Looking good. So you can see what
nice.
We were talking about your work on the.
Oh yes.
And I said like going for a warm gray. Cat has chosen the going for a blue to highlight the black with, like a bluish gray.
Mm-hmm.
Which works. Bluish gray works really well for that kind of the shiny leather kind of look. So yeah, it's perfect.
Yeah, like the stretched leather. Yeah, and also because her body, everything else is so warm.
Yeah,
it kind of makes sense to.
The skin, the hair, the holster there, for sure. Yeah, definitely makes sense to go with that cooler kind of look. But yeah, looking nice, Cat.
Yeah, my guy's just kind of looking dirty now, but
you know, death is a dirty job.
Dirty job.
Yep.
Dirty jobs. Why did you not do that one? Okay, Lucafio painted this Conan 30 plus years ago. He had asked about it last week, like, could he submit it? And I was like, yeah, sure.
Yes.
Sure. Definitely.
We'll see your old minis. So
no,
that's what this one is.
Yep, very cool.
That's fun.
You know what my favorite thing about this is?
What?
No, it's so everything's nice and neat, but everything's sort of one color. It's all base colors. I'm guessing that some of it might be enamel paints as well. But my favorite part is that scar on his chest there.
Mm-hmm.
How realistic does that look? That is super cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like, yeah.
I agree.
Great.
It's nice.
Really, really cool. Really cool work there. I mean, 30 years ago. That was when I started painting minis. I don't have any from that time.
Dave burned them in a fire. No, I'm just joking.
Or in that like 20, those 18 moves over 10 years. They we're lost.
Yeah,
Lost the time.
that is understandable.
They might have been on a container ship coming to the US and
Got caught in customs.
Yeah, in LA.
You never picked them up.
Yeah.
They're still sitting on a shelf somewhere.
Yep. Oh, yep. Tester enamels. There we go. Yep.
Oh wow! I carved the scar.
In the scar. Yeah.
Cool.
Definitely cool. JT also said, "Oh man, maybe half of it will have to be the Matrix code now."
Oh, that's when you go and you do a little Google and you find a decal. Okay.
Oh no.
Yes.
No.
And you say, Dave, look at my cool paint job, aka it's a decal.
No, you don't do that.
Okay. Maybe I have no shame. I would decal it.
I don't have the steady enough hand.
Yeah.
I would decal. I'm actually tempted to see. They have new like nail wraps with like acrylic nail wrap.
Yeah.
I want to see if I could plop that on something and if it would stick.
On a mini?
They have really interesting patterns, and I'm like, what would happen?
I'm just going to say that if Gretchen can paint a stick figure family on the back window of a Hot Wheels Volkswagen, JT can have a go.
That's true.
Yeah.
JT, don't let me tell you no.
But moving on to Sean's Wallbringer Titan. Looking very cool here, Sean. I think we saw a work in progress of this. Was it last week before?
I think it was the week before.
Yeah. Might have been.
Maybe it was last week.
Cool. And it's always fun seeing how people tackle those sort of huge armor plates.
Yeah.
So many of them. And of course, a lot of them get like if you just paint all of those plates red, it would be really dull. If you paint them all white, it would look really dull. Paint half of them red, half of them white, kind of dull.
Oh, but I see how he's.
Yep. But by choosing things like those, the heraldic, different heraldic devices or fields, I guess, like the chevrons and and that kind of thing, it's really spiced things up. And
it's true.
Giving it a really cool
Lance Connect feel to it.
Yeah, it does. It does have that feel. It's definitely. I mean, it's got the color scheme. It's got that red and white and a bit of black going on. But there's it's definitely cool. And I like the as well though, like on the tilting shields at the top. You've got half black and half red cross, like red Maltese cross on gold background.
And then it's inverted.
Yep.
On the side.
It's really cool. Nice work.
Nice. Doing some nice, cool stuff. Yeah. So thank you to everyone who submitted to our forms and also who has been part of our Facebook group. We've really enjoyed seeing them. That's what the minis we were just looking at. So if you are interested in us talking about your mini or discussing a work in progress, be sure to check out that link that I am putting in the chat right now and submit to it. It doesn't have to be a finished mini. It can be a work in progress. And yeah, we enjoy seeing them and talking about them. Oh, and Sean said that's why it's taking so long.
Well worth it, though.
It looks really great.
Well worth it. Yeah.
It's looking really nice. Also, hello, good morning to Rob.
Yep.
And
JT says, ha ha ha, challenge accepted.
Dun dun dun.
Looking forward to seeing it.
So JT, next week we expect a work in progress. So I don't even know. I'm just joking.
I don't want to push him to next. Like he has to do it by next week. But...
The clock's a ticking. No, I'm just joking. It would be really cool to see that on your own time frame.
Yeah.
Oh, Josh Potter said, I visited the oldest continuously operating game store in Kentucky today. Always a pleasure to see good folks there.
Excellent. Whereabouts was that?
Very cool. Is that like an insert Kentucky city name?
Louisville.
Louisville. Or
Or
Frankfurt, I believe is a city in Kentucky.
certainly a city in Germany. But
I believe Lexington. That's the one that I was trying to think of. And JT said, I'll give it the old college try. Awesome. Looking forward to it.
Definitely. That'll be good.
Very cool. So, for those of you who were joined us while we were looking at minis, because wow, there's a decent number of you here tonight now. We were all painting minis from our home. I'm currently painting, not that it's that interesting, Mr. Grim Reaper from WizKids, and I was trying my hand at some dry brushing with some tips from Dave. So I think I'm gonna go back in and trying to basically do the dry brushing technique again and see if that comes up better, because my paint was too wet. Also online, I saw a picture of Grim Reaper that had like the inner parts of the fabric red, so that's what I'm doing for him, because I thought it would be kind of fun to give him a color.
Yeah, for sure.
Gretchen, or actually no, Dave, because Gretchen just took a drink.
I'm here. I'm ready.
Oh, okay. I didn't want to make you feel like.
Listen, it's the late show now. I have to caffeinate during the show. So I am painting my frost giant, and I have his battle axe done. I will probably take a picture in the morning daylight tomorrow, so that I can update people, because as you can see, you can't really see any detail, though I do get a great shine off of that
You do
right there from the silver. But it's kind of a dark brown, and there's I did a lot of detail in the knots and in the texture of that tree. And then there are little tiny scrapes and nicks and whatnot. And then on the back, I did do a little heart that you can see.
Oh my gosh.
That
yes,
one.
I do see it. That is perfect.
I might leave it like that, or whenever we do the giveaway, I might ask if someone wants like initials or something. But
for the folks that may have just joined, we had the whole discussion about like putting marks in a tree, and then also like Gretchen should carve names into the tree. So
yeah.
No, it's looking great.
But yeah, so, and for those who also just joined, who missed it earlier, I talked a little bit on my Instagram and Twitter about maybe doing a giveaway if people were interested, because everyone has been watching me kind of plod along on this giant. So if you are interested, make sure we know.
Let us know in the chat.
But yeah, so that's kind of what I've been doing with him. I feel like you can't really tell that I'm like doing things with him because it's so dark. So all of this still looks like black unpainted area. And then I post a picture and I'm like, details. They happen.
That's okay. And I also think it's at that point in a mini where you are working on the details. So
it's coming along slower now, but I'll probably,
correct. Yeah.
We have one more show with him. So yeah, I'll probably kind of finish him up except for the last little bits. And then that way the last show we have on Hobby Hangouts, I can kind of present him as done and we can do a giveaway.
Cool. That would be awesome. Rob said that giant is getting better and better. It's looking nice.
Yeah.
We love him. Oh, and James said, I'm interested in the frost. Also, am I using makeup brushes for dry brushing? No. I'm using this brush. It's called Artist Loft Necessities.
I appreciate Artist Loft.
So that's just like a paintbrush from old paintbrushes that I found around in my house.
I don't know what all my brushes are. I do have some artists. I have a giant paintbrush here from Artist Loft.
I come from like a family of painters, so there's just like random art supplies that people will give me sometimes.
Yeah.
So that's
I feel that. Does
anyone have
I have like a giant. I don't know why I have this with my mini painting stuff. I don't know what I'm supposed to be painting with this.
That is-
Dave's face.
This is what you're supposed to be painting with that.
That guy. That guy.
That would be perfect for this.
Whoosh, 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 whoosh.
Yeah.
Great. So, Dave, what are you painting / how's your progress going?
I have been working on a small piece of the miasmic malignifier. Say that 10 times fast.
No, thank you.
Coming along there. At the moment, I'm just, you see these little bits down the side here. I'm just painting those white because I'm going to use some contrast paint over those.
Ooh, are those going to be kind of like the boils?
It's kind of like, not really like boils, but more like yucky sort of intestines inside the.
Oh, even better.
Yeah.
Yeah, yucky intestines.
Yeah,
Yucky intestines.
intestines.
Go for it.
So yeah, just going to do that. I'm going to take a similar approach to what I did on this guy. So I'm not sure if you can see on the there's like a gun arm there.
Yes.
So there's sort of fleshy bits. So I painted those with the ivory, and then put the volupus.
Contrast.
Yep, the volupus pink contrast paint over it, and then highlighted up with some Rin flesh. So all about mixing the paint lines. You can see like bits of flesh sticking out here and there. But that's a similar sort of thing on the on these particular areas. Like, so there's an area there.
Oh, okay. So there's something living inside of this.
Kind of, yeah. I don't know what it would be. I don't really want to know what would it be. I'd be afraid to find out, but yeah, there's something disgusting.
Rob says, "Wow, that's a freaky defiler."
Oh yeah, yeah. You missed that, Rob.
That was a
It's in the group.
custom. What do they call?
The conversion.
Conversion. Thank you. That was a conversion that Dave talked about a little earlier on the show.
Yeah. And actually,
Very freaky.
there's this one too.
Bum bum. I like that one looks more like a spider.
Yeah.
And the other one kind of looks like a
Ooh.
dragon beetle.
Who knows?
Kit bashing. Kit bashing.
Kit
That's
bash.
what you did.
That's where it's at. Yeah.
Kit bash, kit bash, kit bash. Does anyone else here do that conversion? I know you said Christoph does that.
Christoph Kyle does.
Yeah.
Yeah, does some really fantastic conversion work.
I
Definitely
have all the materials to do it. I just haven't tried it.
Yeah. Well, I think I might have showed this last week, but so this was my my old razor saw.
Oh wow.
The razor saw because it's razor thin. So you can kind of see the
Yeah,
teeth.
I can see it.
Yep. So those teeth are. I had this razor saw for probably about 15 years.
Okay.
The teeth have finally started to disappear. So I ordered a fresh one.
Fresh.
The blade is so much bigger.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
I ordered it, like I thought I didn't have this one to hand when I was ordering it, and I thought
The measurements are the same.
it's about the same.
Oh my goodness.
You can give someone a shave.
I could take a leg off.
I was gonna say that looks like some type of like Civil War doctor. Don't worry, we'll get you all fixed up.
Yep. Yep.
That's actually really funny and definitely something that,
Yeah.
Always read the measurements, everybody.
Sure.
There was once where I bought a picture online or a print thinking that it was much bigger. And then being like, why am I dumb? Why, when it said 20 by 21, it did not mean what I thought it did.
It was in meters. Right.
Yeah. And I was like, I'm a dummy.
Yeah. That can be terrible.
Oh, Josh said Dave is already in the creepy basement.
Yeah.
You have the setting. Now you have the tools.
In the Moida basement.
Oh no.
But no, just quickly, I was going to say, Rob, it looks like dollars to me, meaning that this might be quite pricey to make.
Oh, okay.
At the moment, there are a bunch of kits that aren't available from the Games Workshop website, either because they're going to be coming out with new ones later, or just the global supply chain is all sort of messed up.
Right.
So, because I wanted to start doing some of these, I sent out a message to some of my friends and said, "Does anybody have any Defiler kits they aren't using?" And two of them were like, "Actually, I bought this job lot off eBay, and it's got some Defilers in it that I'm not going to be using." And so I have enough stuff now to make like 8 Defilers.
Wow.
That's insane.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm repurposing old kits.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Like you didn't intentionally go out and like purchase those kits. It was like
not new. It was like I wanted them. I probably would have bought a couple.
Right. Okay.
But when I said, "Hey, I can't find any. Does anybody have any?" Yeah, sure.
Your friends are like, "Please take them. We don't want them." They're just sitting around.
Yeah. So
Dave needs to hang his tools off chains on the wall.
I couldn't.
Oh no. Oh no.
Just hanging up.
Just hanging out. Dave the Sawbones. It's your new persona. What? So yeah, it looks like quite a few people did some converting back in the day, or still do convert.
Yeah, exactly. I think when I first started, it was very easy for me to get plastic Space Marine kits, which made a certain troop type, and then there are other troop types that couldn't be easily made from them, that you could buy metal kits and that kind of thing.
Okay. Because
I was a poor student, I just bought more of the plastics and I converted them into those other unit types.
Gotcha. Okay. That's kind of how it all originated.
That's how I sort of started doing it. Yeah. But
that makes sense.
Almost
out of necessity, but then you get good at it.
So yeah, it's great for either making something that either doesn't exist yet, or creating a unique version of it. Really. So having made something that nobody else has is always fun to do. Excellent. So there we go.
Oh wow, yeah.
So that's just one coat of the Lupus pink contrast paint over it.
Disgusting.
Yep.
But like in a good way. I'm saying that as a compliment.
Yeah, I'm sure the miasmic malignifier is not at all worried either way.
Like, yep. Yep. I like the alliteration there.
Miasmic malignifier.
Malignifier.
Yeah.
Some good stuff.
Definitely. So that's coming along.
Very nice.
Just because I'm not certain about the how I'm going to tackle some of the other bone areas, I'm going to just work on the brassy areas.
Okay.
The bronze, they look like bronze at the moment. I'll just highlight them with some brassy brass, and then put a wash of P3 Oh, wrong way. There we go. There we go. Coal black,
Nice.
which is a great, really quick verdigris kind of thing. If you make a wash out of that, it looks great. And I'll do that.
Genswick 33rd.
Oh, Jenswick 33rd.
Genswick 33rd. Dave's best in my opinion.
Oh. That's a army where all the models in the army are converted.
Gotcha.
So it's a mix of two different ranges. Lots of plastic kits. That one's like you can actually look at it and go, okay, so what you did was you bought two armies and you made them into one.
Twice the power. You're doubling up.
Yeah. So that was
Right? That's how that works. I don't know how to play the game.
that was
My own rules.
Must admit, I haven't played a lot of games with them. Probably should play some soon.
Is that something that you can translate online very well? Or I guess now that things, people are feeling more comfortable getting together.
Oh, playing games? Right.
Yeah. You could probably do that in person now.
Yeah, actually, to be completely honest, I am going to be playing 2 games this weekend.
Oh, nice.
Very excited. Yeah.
Wow.
So some of the folks I play with, everyone's double vaxxed. When I say double vaxxed, we both had both
shots. Yeah.
had both shots, and more than 2 weeks ago. So we're at maximum strength.
Maximum
strength. So we're going to be playing.
Cool.
Which will be very very cool.
Warhammer?
Yeah, we're going to play. So there's 4 of us. I'll be playing 2 games of Warhammer 40,000. Our host will be playing 2 games of Warhammer 30,000, and then the other 2 guys will be playing 1 of each.
Oh, okay. They'll switch.
So it'll be fun though. Like the second game will be fun because they'll have played the other game previous, and they'll get some of the rules wrong. You can take advantage of them.
You're like, Mwaha-ah-ah.
That's not how it works in 40K. Sorry.
What? No. Curses.
I'm excited. This is the first time in like 9 months.
Yeah.
That we played. So 9 months, maybe longer, maybe 10 months.
There's my silver.
Yeah.
Mini paints dry so fast without a wet palette. Oh.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. One thing that's as well that I never realized for the longest time, I used to use just a sheet of plastic, like plasticard, as a palette.
Yeah.
And I'd let the paint would build up over time, and like build up and build up and build up and build up.
What do you mean?
Okay, so yeah, but imagine it's like this thick.
Oh.
You can cut through it and see like the geological layers.
Oh, wow.
Like that. But I discovered the reason why that's not a good thing to do.
Yeah.
Is that with acrylic paints in particular, the once they've dried, when you put more paint on top of them, the dried paint below will wick moisture out of the paint on top.
Oh.
So it dries out your paints faster.
That's what's happening here.
Yeah.
I kid you not. That's all acrylic.
Yep. So yeah, that's probably impacting your drying times there as well.
That is good to know because Like I have 2 palettes actually, and one of them I cleaned off finally. And yeah, it was actually kind of amazing to paint with it. And I was like, wow, it's still wet. This is so cool. It's not dry after 30 seconds.
Yeah.
And I didn't have to add any water to it.
Yeah.
That's so interesting. The more you know.
Exactly. Very much a more you know situation. But yep, there we go. So
I'm painting his
cool.
weapon.
You know, having that red on the inside of the hood,
Yeah.
like from a distance, is giving him a bit of like a Red Skull vibe.
I know. It's true. I mean, in person, it also gives him a Red Skull vibe. So
Maybe
there's that.
A wash on the interior there to
Okay.
and make it to sort of accentuate that depth in the hood.
Gotcha.
So it'll be darker in the middle and lighter around the sides. You know what I mean? So the focus will be a little bit different.
Also, when we were talking about buying 2 armies, apparently that's like Pete, the wargamer on YouTube,
Okay.
who buys 3 to 4 armies but makes 1.
Right.
Nice.
That's the way to go. You're going to get something unique out of that.
Yeah, that is true. Also, Sean was able to go to a tournament. Got into a tournament last weekend. That's awesome.
Yep.
And in terms of painting, Rob was saying that they use ceramic tiles.
Yep.
Cool. I don't have any of those sitting around my house. But that's actually a really good point. And then apparently Windex is good for cleaning the paint off.
Yeah,
Nice.
Ceramic tiles, yeah, definitely.
And use the paint with the tiniest amounts of paint on the palette. Okay. Yeah. Since Straya, it's gonna be dry in 5 minutes anyway. Okay.
He's in Australia, so is it
Okay.
straight?
I'm understanding.
It's all the way you got to say it. Straight. Cool. The Caviar says, "Got to run. Was fun to watch Leona paint Darth Maul while Dave worked on a mini bong." Dave says, "That seems familiar." It's the very first time I painted a bong.
First time for everything.
Yeah.
Yes, it's true. Cool. This is really Darth Maul, but that's okay. And obviously Gretchen painted a frost giant, but like there's no question.
I'm like working up his arm now and just
nice.
Like
getting the details.
Yeah, so I'm like wearing some of the leather like there and putting some weathering on like the little skulls he has and trying really hard not to paint sloppily on the rope.
Yeah.
He also has some scarring on his arms that I realize I have to go back and kind of highlight very, very gently. But I might wait until I have a little bit more leeway on the paintbrushes to get that.
That's fair.
So I'm doing like the little bits of skull right now. And like I said, I don't want to go overboard with the detailing on those, but also I want everything to look nice and cohesive.
Yeah.
So.
Oh no. I just got my paint.
What did you do?
I just touched part of my mini that was wet.
Oh, I hate that.
Thump.
I do that.
The frost giant is really cool. I agree. That's what Josh Potter was saying.
I want him to turn out so cool. I am crossing my fingers, and if I can kind of cross my toes. Not really good at that.
You cross your arms.
Cross my arms.
And your legs. Cross your legs. Cross your ankles.
Cross everything.
Cross everything. Hope to die.
I think he's going to turn out really cool. I'm really enjoying painting this mini, so I think he's going to turn out really great. I think the glitter is going to be awesome. And I think the person who wins him on the giveaway is going to give him a wonderful home.
Excellent.
A wonderful home.
Very cool.
So, yeah.
That will be nice.
It will be.
Oh, Dave Hummel was saying, I just started using my wet palette today.
Oh, cool.
Cool.
Dave's in Arizona, so it's going to be very
Helpful.
Need to keep a handy supply of water next to the wet palette.
Because steam it off.
Yep.
Josh Potter was saying, I've scraped my ceramic tile clean with a razor blade. It works quite well.
Yeah.
I just keep layering paints like a maniac. I have a little
tin.
It's from a little chocolates that are, I think they're from Germany.
Oh, nice.
They were like extra loaded with caffeine. They were delicious. And now it makes a little portable painting tin.
Excellent.
Are there rules to the giveaway now that you seem to have made it official? What I'm going to do is on the last day, I'm going to make sure he's done by because the next episode's our last day, right? Of hobby.
Of being in hobby hangout.
Yeah. And then I'll do a hashtag and we'll treat it like a normal little giveaway.
Cool.
Yes.
So typically what we do for giveaways is we do a hashtag during the stream, and then Leona does a little random generator magic, and then she'll post the winner in the Painting Happy Little Minis Facebook page. So,
yep.
Excellent.
Yepper doodle.
Cross giants are cool. Hashtag cross giants are cool.
Hashtag.
I'm feeling hashtag gargantuan when the time comes. I feel like we should just carry that joke to the end.
Right.
Full circle.
Let's do that. Oh. Yay.
Good stuff.
You start to see that's just sort of nothing on the that coal black. So.
Hashtag where's my base?
The base is gonna get there. I think it'd have to be like all about that base.
It's all about that base. Oh, good.
I can never get the hashtag to work. You don't have to if you can't get the hashtag to work, just put in whatever the
word is.
Yeah. Write out hashtag. We'll get the point. Hashtag. And you will be added to the random generator regardless. But that'll be next episode. So don't put it
so don't worry about it.
We're not looking at this chat.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. I might be able to come up with like a little like link that you then can click kind of thing to enter.
Okay.
Because there's some websites where you just basically anyway. I think maybe we'll do that too, depending.
Like we usually do a pretty good job at our giveaways, so
yeah.
Try and make it work out.
Indeed. Cool.
Oh yeah, I kept wanting to say this and I kept slipping my mind. I actually use boiling water to clean my palette because acrylic like shrinks when the hot water hits the acrylic, it shrinks in on itself because it's plastic. And so then it just peels right off. So if anyone paints with acrylic, which I guess mini paints fall into that category.
Yeah.
That works really well.
Okay. I'll have to,
hot water and some scrubbing, yeah. I'm a huge fan of using boiling water to clean your stuff.
Right.
Because I'm lazy and I'm like, no scrubbing, only boiling water. Let it sit for like 5 minutes, clean.
I spent quite a bit of the last year explaining to my daughters the erosive power of water.
Oh.
Yeah, rather than scrubbing pans, like if they make some like mac and cheese.
Yeah.
We're not going to scrub this. We're going to fill the pan with water. We're going to sit it in the sink. It's going to let it sit overnight, and then we'll come back and go. Done.
No. See, my history with that is you fill it with boiling water, you let it sit overnight, and then someone else, usually me, has to come back and end up scrubbing the pot.
Melt my palate. Well, actually, most of these palettes honestly can withstand. I mean, they're plastic, so they can withstand a decent amount of heat. I'd be surprised if you melt your palette.
I guess it depends on what you're using. If you're using like plastic takeaway containers,
yeah, don't do that. Like, I mean, like a palette like this, like from an art store, that you can pour water on this.
Yeah,
it won't melt. That would be funny though. I'm melting. Well, there goes my palette.
Take a break from cleaning.
That's why ceramic tiles are good. Yes, can use a scraper. I understand.
You definitely won't melt those.
Oh, Dave says, I remember having to clean the ceramic tiles at Games Workshop every night from the paint station.
Yep.
2 tears. Anyone? Dave's like, I do, but I don't talk about it.
Yeah.
Real quick before we close out our show, anyone seen Mortal Kombat?
I haven't yet.
I have not.
I'm really excited. The only reviews I've seen that are bad seem like reviews of people who don't like fun, silly things.
Yeah.
I've heard it was just like a genuinely fun time.
Yeah. I've heard nothing but like, this is a fun time about a video game of fighting people that very loosely, like they shoved a plot where they could.
Yeah. Just a way to string a whole bunch of fight scenes together.
Yeah, which I feel like at its core
That's why I watch movies.
Well, that's what Mortal Kombat the game is.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's what, like, you don't need a super serious movie for a game that wasn't meant to be super serious.
Yeah.
Rob says it has authentic levels of Australia swearing.
Oh my goodness. It's terrible. I'm glad you warned me so I don't watch it with my kids.
It was super fun. Definitely not to be taken seriously. Good. Yeah, I'm excited to see that. Whether in theaters or later, I think it'll just be because I think it kind of reminds me of the Jumanji movie. I don't know if anyone saw that one that came out a couple of years ago, but
the original, like the
the remake.
The remake or the
the one with the rock.
Mm-hmm. Well, both the sequel and then the remake. Those were just like they just had a good time, like basically.
Oh yeah.
I think that's
it was really fun. It was super fun movie.
I love movies like that. I love movies where they don't take themselves so seriously, because I think the heartfelt moments hit a little harder, and then it's just like a romp. It's just the actors had fun, you had fun. Like,
it's definitely fun when you can tell the actors like genuinely like had a good time on the screen.
Yeah.
When you can tell the laughter isn't acting.
You're just like, wow. Cool. Apparently Kano carried the movie for sure. I love a movie that is having fun. Yeah. Good. Well, hopefully, Rob, we will all see Mortal Kombat soon, and then we can quote it with you. Yeah, not stupid.
Finish him.
Good job.
Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, apparently, like, see Mortal Kombat. I just want to hear that, like the
like things that they say.
No, I could say the music from the original Mortal Kombat film, like the big dramatic music. Is it Carmina Burana? I think is the name of the piece.
Oh, I'm not sure, but yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
I want to hear that, but apparently it's not in there, or it's like an altered version of it.
Oh, gotcha.
That's what I've heard, but yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, friends, folks, we have come to the end of our show. Yeah. Can you believe it?
No. How does that keep happening every time?
Stupid forward progressive time.
What is that?
Ruining
So-
everything.
I want to say thank you to everyone who's joined us, who's chatted with us in the chat, who's posted their mini painting pictures, both in their Facebook group and also in forums. Oh, nice. That looks awesome, Dave.
How's that?
Dave's progress on malignant maliciousness.
Miasmic malignifier.
Miasmic malignifier.
Yep.
I finished up some work on my Reaper. Grim Reaper and Gretchen we will be doing a giveaway for Frost Giant. So make sure that you tune in next week if you'd like the opportunity to what's the word? Win.
Yeah, that word.
Win the Frost Giant. So that will be all happening next week. Thank you guys for joining. Thank you to Gretchen and Dave for also being part of the show.
Thank you.
We will see you guys all next week. Bye.
Bye.